So did y'all have a good weekend? Christmas coming along. So I have the rally today. Usually about this time of year, I give a little bit of a recap of the past year and kind of a look ahead. I'm not going to do that today. Probably do that sometime next month. But today I've been thinking about as we approach the end of the year and we have a chance to look back, and then also look ahead, and oftentimes we set goals and we think about things that we want to do better than we did in the prior year and improve, and for whatever it is. This is kind of the time of year that we do that. And I also like this time of year too, because it seems like everybody's a lot happier. Right? We got bonuses, we had a Christmas party, we're thinking about spending time with family and friends. So it's a fun time. So I thought I would, take a little bit of time and discuss a little bit about positive thinking. So, yeah, you guys all like free donuts, right? Who doesn't like free donuts? So free donuts. Well, there's no free donuts. But there is a story. So a good friend of mine, he travels a lot. He's the athletic, what are they called? Trainer. He's one of the athletic trainers for BYU, and he works for the baseball team. Anyway, for one day, he and the team, they were in New York City, and they had to travel from like Manhattan up to the northern part of the island there. And they got on the subway. They were on the subway for like 20 minutes, and they got out of the subway. You guys that have been into New York, you know what I'm talking about. You come out of the subway, and it was February. It was cold, and they come out of the subway, and there's this sandwich and donut shop that they like to go to. And there's a big sign, free donuts. What? Free donuts? Okay, so he and his buddy, he's like, hey, I want to go, let's go get some free donuts. And his friend's like, well, it's too cold. I just want to get to where we're going. It's too cold. It's like, yeah, dude, but it's free donuts. And he said, well, look at the line. It's a big, long line. It's going to take a long time to get the donuts. And he's like, yeah, but free donuts. The line's moving pretty fast, Like, good. I mean, what else are you going to do? We got plenty of time. It's like, nah, it's too cold. I don't want to wait in line. So my friend, he gets free donut. And his buddy continues on. No free donuts for him. So there is a moral to the story. I'll get to that. But before we talk about positive thinking, there's the other side of the coin, which is negative thinking. So how many of you have heard of this thing called negativity bias? If you haven't heard of it, if you go on to Google and search negativity bias, there's going to be article after article after article about this.
It sounds pretty stupid to me.
Yeah. So
I would never waste my time.
that's right. So it's a real thing. Everybody has probably something that we got part of, that became part of our DNA when we were cavemen trying to survive day to day and not get eaten by the dinosaurs and that kind of stuff. So you look for the negative things in life, and they stand out a lot more than the positive things. So this picture, okay, he's like, look at all these free donuts that he's getting. And he's like, there's one that didn't taste very good. So he's like, man, why is life so unfair? So a little bit about that. So where this comes from is we all have this sense that losing something we could have had is much more powerful in our brain than actually gaining something. So the pleasure of gaining is half as strong as the pain of losing. And it's true. Everybody has this. Some people have it stronger than others, but everybody has this. This can deter us from using logic and reasoning, like my buddy's poor friend that didn't get his free donut. It can cause us to remember negative experiences much stronger than positive ones. So remember them more than positive ones. It can make us recall insults better than praise. So how many of you have heard this? There's kind of a rule. Some people say it's 3-to-1. Some people say it's 12-to-1. But in terms of feedback that we give each other, especially in leadership and management roles, if you give feedback to the people that you're working with at a ratio of 1-to-1, 1 negative to 1 positive, they're going to feel like all you do is pick on them. So you have to give them more. You have to give them like at least maybe 5-to-1, positive to negative. So that overcomes this negativity bias. So we react more strongly to negative stimuli. We think about negative things more frequently than positive ones. We respond more strongly to negative events than to equally positive ones. And negative news is more likely to be perceived as truthful. Have you guys ever thought about that? Like, we are pounded every single day with negative news in the media. And people tend to believe it, I think. But think about that as like in your own personal life as well. And then as you go to set goals in the next year, if you're the kind of person who likes to set goals, one thing to watch out for is we tend to dwell on what we're going to have to give up when we set these goals. We're going to dwell on that more than what we're going to actually achieve if we work on it and achieve that goal. So that's true for me. So this is negativity bias. So then some things that we can do to overcome that. And there's a lot. I just threw some up here. So we, first of all, stop negative talk, because this happens in your own brain too, right? We give ourselves a lot more negative feedback than positive feedback. If you perceive something as a negative, then try to reframe that. Look for the positive in things. You can establish new patterns, go for walks, listen to music. You can, oh boy, I gave it away. Savor the positive moments. And then if you find yourself, going and, letting that negativity bias kind of take over your thoughts, check yourself. A couple things: be open to humor, follow a healthy lifestyle, surround yourself with positive people, and then practice self-talk, positive self-talk. So just some things. And then, so I went on to the Mayo Clinic or the Mayo Clinic website, and they have this list of things, health benefits, positive thinking. And so you can see it all there. Actually you'll live longer, you'll have less depression, lower levels of distress and pain, greater resistance to illness, better psychological and physical well-being, better cardiovascular health. And lots of things that can kill you will less likely kill you. And then better coping skills during hardship times of distress. So it is real that this stuff works. So I already showed you the next slide, but you know, do you want to be the Grinch or do you want to be the elf?
Quick,
So-
happy medium between the two.
You can pick someplace in between. But you know, in turn, like I kind of quintessential negative, positive characters there. I just happened to watch The Elf this weekend, so that's why I came up. Anyway, I'm done. So thanks for hanging out with me today.